You knock him out, you guys fight again. Second time, it looks like he's afraid to go to the octagon. I don't know if you watched that. His walkout took so long because I think he recognized, I'm in there with a dude that I don't know if I can beat. Could you feel that? Like when you were standing back there waiting, did you ever wonder, like, first off, why is this taking so long? Like, what's happening? And then when you go back and watch it, you can see in his face, like, he didn't think he could beat you. It was he had a different approach to that fight, and you could see it all over him.
Yeah, I was a man on a mission, man. I was so hungry. I was a young, hungry kid it was my dream. He had already accomplished so much. Like, it's hard when you're getting older and you're just winning one title fight after the other, and you have this guy, and it's weird to say, but at the time, I was a freaking animal. I was truly an animal. I was in there to completely dominate him. It meant everything in the world to me. That's a tough octagon to walk into, And that second fight, obviously the leg break was awful.
Did it sound loud when you were in there?
Honestly, I did not know. I get a lot of backlash online, but people, I guess, don't watch the full tape. As soon as he goes down, I think he's hurt. I think I mentally and physically broke him at that point in my mind, because if you watch the first round in that fight, I drop him, I hit him in the temple, he drops. So now I drop him again on the feet. Hard ground and pound the whole first round. Second round, I check his first leg kick I ever checked, and it was so much easier to fight him the second time because he had his hands up the whole time. It was like a traditional kickboxing.
Yep.
When his hands were down, it was way more difficult to deal with. You're dealing with your emotion. You're getting like he's embarrassing you. But he had so much backlash when he got knocked out with his hands down that he came to that second fight doing everything right. And it was just easier to see everything coming. And so before that leg broke, I checked his first leg kick. He was so good at setting those leg kicks up so well that you wouldn't see him. And I was able to see one. I checked it. That's not the time he broke his leg. We move around a little bit more. Now he throws the leg kick without any setting up. He doesn't set it up at all. And, I check it. And I just thought he was mentally and physically broken. I thought it probably hurt his shin. So I start running around the octagon. I win. And then I heard a scream, from Anderson, and I'm like, why is he screaming like that? And I came over, and then I seen his leg all messed up, and I mean, it was very hard for me to be happy.
Really?
You could watch me in that post fight. After my little run around, my coach is coming in super happy. I'm like trying to force a smile a little bit, but it was devastating. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go on
this.
this.
Yeah, and then obviously what happens later, but
yeah.
It really gave me a good insight on what he was dealing with, which is awful.
On this journey, we never do it alone, right? From the early parts of your life, your brother, your father, your mother supporting you constantly. Your dad became a meme celebrity because he supports you, essentially. In that moment, he was being a cheerleader.
Yeah, 100%.
Still my kid, right?
Yeah,
I love my boy.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the world that would ever change that. But your family, right? Your wife, Marie, son, CJ, Colton, who's a little different, right? That
he's out of his mind. Yeah,
that one's a little tougher.
Yeah.
And Cassidy, your daughter, they've been a huge part of your journey. What have they meant to you, and how important is it to have that support system from? I mean, he's walked into the octagon and everything. That has to be a special moment, like to have those things happen for you.
Oh man, it's the best thing ever. You try and make me cry. I know what you're doing.
No.
This must be the end of the interview. You're gonna get me to cry. Yeah, no, they mean everything in the world to me. Without having their support, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. My wife has been the backbone of the family, but of me. My entire career. She's been there having my back through some crappy times, tons of ups and downs, and she's always stood by my side. So she's a real one, And my kids, they're everything to me. I have a new kid now. I adopted this baby girl, Savannah. She's the most amazing thing ever. I love her to death. She's been such a blessing. So my family's everything to me. For me, my legacy is my family.
Yeah.
What I could pass down to them. when I think of fighting legacy, at the end of the day, all that disappears, you know?
It does.
Whether it's 10 years, 20 years, you know, I could see I haven't fought since I was a champion, being relevant, you know, it slowly goes away. And at the end of the day, that can't be your main motivation because it is going to go away at some point, you know. And even after we're gone, you know, how long are people going to know you? You know, it's probably not as long as anybody, you know, wants to think about, you know. How many presidents do you know? You know?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, you know, it's just
and they're the
a
most
fact.
important people in the country.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it's more about the impression and the role model you could be for the people around you, your family, and how they go through life and pass that on, you know, moving forward for themselves as well.
Has your family taught you about being more resilient, and have they taught you more about fighting just in life in general? Because now you're fighting with a team. It's still a team, right? But there's, as much as you might love Ray Longo and those guys, right? It's a different love when you fight for that team. And when you watch your boys compete or your daughter compete, like the nerves, the fear, like how much have they taught you in that regard, right? Going from the athlete to now the support system.
Yeah. What I learned from them, especially at their ages, is it's all about the love of the game, you know? Just going out there and having fun. Really, as a fighter, that's what you want to feel like when you're in the octagon. You know, you want to feel like you're just having fun. So I learned a lot from them. And I also, you know, want to practice what I preach. You know, I try to, you know, give them some of the things that's helped me mentally over the years.
So watching your kids compete, right? I know C.J. Russell's football.
Yeah.
What does Colton do?
Colton, he
Football,
played baseball too. Yeah, and wrestling and football. Yeah.
All your kids do something.
Mm-hmm.
You told me
Cassidy does lacrosse.
Cassidy does. Yeah. You told me that in order for you to be as good as you were, you had to be the hardest person in the room. You also told me that you don't want to be the one that's overbearing and pushing, but you recognize that they have to be the hardest worker in the room. Are they the hardest workers in the room? And if they aren't, when do you step in and go, hey, remember my story?
Yeah, it's getting there. CJ's 13 now, so he's getting to the point here over the next couple of years.
It's starting to matter.
Where it's going to start mattering. I will say he's a very hard worker. When he's in that room, he is a very hard worker. I'm proud of him. He works really hard.
Yeah.
Colton is a little knucklehead. He's so talented. He needs to start. He'll grind it out, but he needs to learn. He's young. He's 10. And Cassie's she's a savage. She works hard too. She's a really hard worker.
So you're proud.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of all my kids. They're amazing in all different ways.